but it is.
So you don't have your own language.
Well, no, not anymore. But a lot of our slang words derive from a language that we used before we got invaded by you lot, and yous gave us English.
Does my camera have like black lines, like refresh rates?
Yeah.
Very slightly.
Is that annoying? I don't know how to get rid of that.
It's not annoying.
I forgot about that.
Nice, Jordan. Why are you?
Fucked.
Everyone always.
Someone
has
said that you
comments.
licked your dog's face.
Yeah, not at all. It's nice to know that we're broadcasting to fucking morons.
We're
Yeah.
morons, mate. So
What's the topic for the night, boys?
coronavirus.
Ooh,
Oh, no, don't know.
Am I introducing it?
It's your turn this week.
Wait, before we go, Rourke,
Yes.
Joe, Jamie.
No.
No,
No.
otherwise.
I'm always above
Flip
you,
the
mate.
top. Flip
Hold
the
on.
top.
Right, let me fix it.
Jordan, we are 4 episodes in now.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Stay Steel podcast with myself, Jamie, Joe, and Jordan. I pointed in the wrong directions. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. So what's
Howdy, all.
Huh?
How's everyone been?
Said howdy, all.
I've been good, mate. I've been good. I've been
What
chilling.
you
How
up
have
to
y'all been?
this week?
Hey, breaking news.
Nothing.
Rock's ordered an SSD.
Hey. Also got a CPU. I'm
Which
making
now
big
means
upgrades
that
this
his
week.
streams are going to end up ending 30 minutes earlier because he'll run out of content. All that time taken up by loading screens, he's going to have none of that now.
Fuck off. It's not that bad. I mean, it's kind of bad. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Right.
Fantastic.
It's the first topic for the night, boys.
First topic.
Joe posted something on Facebook the other day.
Don't eat bats.
I feel like you're a bit late with that advice, to be honest. About 10, 11 months too late.
Yeah, Joe posted something on Facebook the other day. Do you wanna run us through what you thought, Joe?
So there was this graph I saw on the BBC website.
I'll see if I
And,
can put it up in editing somewhere on the screen.
Yeah, if you can find it, I don't even know. Still got it, to be fair. And the way it looked was when we went into lockdowns, the deaths kind of spiked, and then when we came out of lockdowns, the deaths like stabilized. So I just made the point of what it looks like is, when we go into lockdowns, the deaths spike. So looking at this graph, clearly the lockdowns don't work. Looking at this graph, making that point.
Yeah,
Just looking at the graph. Obviously, common sense. No, that's bullshit. But looking at the graph,
See,
that's not what happened.
when I first saw that post, I had a couple thoughts about it. My initial thought was that you meant it as from your opinion, lockdowns don't work, period. Like, not just graph based. You just
in fact,
think that.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Here.
Hey, nice.
I can screen share it, actually.
Yes, do that. But yeah, my first thought was that you were one of the sort of anti-mask, anti-COVID, you don't believe it's real kind of people. But then I thought about it and I was like, nah, he's probably just meaning just this graph. So that was fine. That was one
it's
thought.
Literally just a graph.
Yeah, there was one thought crossed off.
There we go.
But another thought I had was in actual reply to the graph. And from the way I see the graph is deaths increase as we go into lockdown, because I think the stats are following, people aren't going to die as soon as they get COVID.
So yeah, there's a delay.
From what the graph tells me, it's like when we're out of lockdown, more people get it. Then we go into lockdown when the cases increase. And while we're in lockdown, those cases result in more deaths. So the deaths are coming from not being in lockdown. They just happen while we're in lockdown because of the delay of how COVID works.
Potentially.
I think.
Can you see my mouse on this?
Potentially, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see your mouse, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously we went into lockdown here, and it just spiked. And then we came out in the summer, and we had, even in August, we had Eat Out to Help Out, whatever it's called. So everyone was going out, eating, kind of mingling.
Yeah.
And then we didn't go back in until November. So that's like a good 4 months.
Yeah.
at least, and it's
Of being
flat,
out
it's
of lockdown.
plateaued. Yeah, I've been out of lockdown, and then literally November around here, it just spikes again when we go, because we went into lockdown in November, and it just goes up again. So I'm like, looking at the graph, lockdowns increase deaths. That's just all I said, because it looks like that.
Nah, I see what you mean, but like obviously you can interpret it two different ways. You can either go the lockdown increases deaths, or coming out of lockdown increases cases and the delay in COVID increases deaths. So it would even out to look like a similar graph, but kind of it depends on how you look at it. I think both sides, well, you can't prove either side right or wrong. So I think both sides are kind of valid in their own right.
The problem
You can
is
see it either way.
The problem is when you contradict data on social media, you will just get hundreds of people going, "You're an idiot, anti-masker. You're a COVID hoax conspiracy theorist with your tinfoil hat."
I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my first thoughts, but you know, it's Joe. He's not that.
It's like there's only two opinions. There's either COVID is a hoax and the government wants to kill you, or absolutely wear a hazmat whenever you breathe. You aren't allowed to have an opinion in the middle, otherwise you're a dickhead. Like,
well, it's like all like the old people or people over the age of 50 and etc. who stay at home, they don't go out anywhere. They've not gone out anywhere for months, but when they need shopping, they'll go out and get it.
Yeah.
Where's the logic in that? Let's go to a supermarket where there's a fuck ton of people.
Yeah.
You can get your shopping delivered. What are you doing? If you're that
I don't see why more
obsessed
people aren't doing it.
You know, I'm very cautious. I don't want to get it. Don't go out. You don't need to. My point is, if you want to go out, why can't you? At the minute, you can. Like when I joked to Jordan the other week. Like, if you want to go out, you can go out for a run. You can go out for exercise. If you can't work from home, you can go out. So the people that are going out anyway to see friends or whatever, how does anyone know that they're not going to work? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I don't think fining people for going out or going to someone's house should exist. If you go into a family member's house and you both know you've not got COVID, I don't agree with being fined for it.
Yeah, I've always said from the start,
why am I getting fined?
That, like, if you know for a fact there's no chance the other person has COVID and you know you don't have COVID, I don't see any reason why you couldn't meet up. But it's when it's someone like if they're a key worker in, for example, a care home or the hospitals or schools or something, I think that's a little bit more risky because there's more of a chance that even if they come up negative, it could be a false negative or it could be a delayed negative, or there's just the potential that COVID might spread from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, totally. If you're dating someone and you live far apart and you both have been in isolation for the 2 weeks and you both know you don't have it, go meet your girlfriend. Go see them. I don't think that should be taken away from people. We're social creatures. People are social beings. We need other people.
Yeah, I mean, one of the key topics is suicides as well. Mental health is
lockdowns have not been good for mental health.
Massively.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, I think it's come to people who maybe have never experienced mental health before. Young people who've moved out recently and living on their own, and then all of a sudden they get stuck with a lockdown, and then they're able to come out of that. Maybe they've handled the first lockdown well.
Yeah.
They're gonna get a lot of free time. Some people are on furlough, they're off work, they're gaming, and then chilling out. And you sort of get used to that. Like Joe mentioned, eat out to help out. You've seen your friends again, and then you get put in another lockdown for a long period of time. Get fined if you go out. You're already on, furlough from work. I just think new people are getting hit with mental health, and I think it's harder for new people who've not dealt with it before, or who don't have the help around them,
like people who don't have the knowledge of coping mechanisms and how to manage their own mental health.
So I think we just see numbers like that increase ever so slightly, and I think that's dampening a lot of stuff, which is another reason of why I don't think, personally, I don't agree with the lockdowns. I know why they're in place. I've got no issue with why they're in place. I just think it's just has a long-term effect on people.
Yeah.
As soon as you get mental health, I feel like not necessarily stuck with it, but it's there.
Yeah.
You could dampen it a little bit, and then there's one day in like 5 years where you have, or 1 week where you're on your own, and then it comes back.
Yeah.
So
there'll always be some sort of trigger left.
Yeah.
in the back of your mind that will maybe not trigger every time, but when it does, it will bring on that wave of poor mental health again, and it will just start the spiral all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I don't
It's
think
like
it's
the
gonna take-
byproducts of it as well, like
Yeah.
people breaking up out of
Mm.
relationships
Yeah.
and things like that. And it's all byproducts of coronavirus and the lockdowns. There's so many different factors,
Yeah.
so many more issues created from it.
hmm
Like what? I can't remember the exact percentage now. Less than 1% of the population has died. I think
Yeah.
it's like 0.02% or something of the population has died.
hmm
Like more people have died from obesity. Like obviously the numbers rising now. There's been like over 100,000 people have died. And
Yeah.
obviously it's awful. Like no one wishes that upon anyone, but
hmm
there is other serious killers out there that we're just
Yeah.
not.
But I
Feel like
mean,
we're forgetting about.
one thing I would say for some of those arguments, like coronavirus has only been around for like since January 2019, 2020, maybe since back in November 2019 at a stretch. So it hasn't had enough time to build up the numbers of other illnesses and other complications. So like stuff like obesity, that's people have been obese since people have been people. And like people have been getting like cancer since people have been people. So it's had a long stretch of time to build up that deadly sort of reputation around it. But COVID at the rate it's going is still really scary. Like, it hasn't killed as many people, but it's fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I saw a thing today that was like what
Mm.
they want to have. Is it like 2 million more people vaccinated by the 14th of February in 2 weeks
Yeah.
ish from now? But another 2 million people vaccinated from now. I think I saw the number was like 5 point something million a couple of days ago. So if they have another 2 million people vaccinated by February the 14th, that's 2 months into the year, and we've vaccinated less than, well, there's what, 66 million people in the UK,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
and we're going to be vaccinating like 7 million total so far. It's just like, well, trying to put it in perspective of, because if you look at the data for today, or rather, I think this week we've fallen by 39%. In case Manchester's fallen like 22%. Manchester are apparently still higher than England, but
somehow we're higher than the whole country. Okay.
Yep. It just makes you think, like, when does stuff go back to normal?
Yeah,
Because if you reverse it to like what, tier 3, which would be like when gyms and stuff reopen, which would be fine. It would give me more things to do. Give a lot of the population more things to do.
Yeah.
Tier 2 obviously would be when I would go back to work until 10 p.m. at night, working in hospitality. And then obviously tier 1 when hospitality can open, as long as they want. For example, when we went out on our nights out back in the beginning, we could stay out till 7 a.m. if we wanted to because things were open. But just still with mindful social distancing.
Yeah.
When do we get back to that point? When does tier 1 become a reality? Like, when does tier 1 and beyond become a reality?
Probably only after a solid maybe 40% of the population in total have been vaccinated.
Because you think about it,
that number is because of like young kids, older people, and
well, that's it. Like,
middle-aged people.
And I said this as well, and I think this is the way I'd go: is if someone was to turn around tomorrow and offer me the vaccine, I would say no, because personally, I would rather they vaccine all of the vulnerable people, all of the elderly people, and save whatever they've got left for people who need it, and just let the students, like, we're healthy, fighting fit adults. Like, I've had it and didn't feel it. So
Kyle's had it about 200 times.
Well, that's it. Like, I wouldn't go and see my grandparents with it, but if they're vaccinated, I have that freedom to go and do whatever I want. So,
I mean, there's definitely like a massive chunk of the population around our age that I think won't need the vaccine. I think we're healthy enough to develop the antibodies ourselves.
You're a good example of it because, like you said, as soon as your parents get it, you can come down here.
Yeah. not even both
you're
my
not even
parents, just my
asked
dad.
about it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like at our age, no one cares about it, and that's just the truth. Like you care that it exists and the damage it does, but in terms of like the lockdown and the principles of things that you've got to do, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I just want everything to reopen. The sooner that happens, the better. If that, like Jordan says, if that means I don't get the vaccine, I'll happily take that trade.
The biggest reason I take lockdown so seriously is because of my parents. If I had lived alone through this lockdown, I don't think it would have been as big a deal to me. I feel like there would have been a little bit more personal freedom that I would have introduced into my own life in terms of going out and seeing people and stuff. Yeah.
I've got a question about the vaccine. Right. So,
just does it put a chip in your brain?
Does it change?
we were meant to have. Well, there's meant to be 2 doses, and you're meant to have one now, one in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
But they've kind of scrapped that 3 weeks' time, and it's now gone to like 3 months or something because they're trying to vaccinate as many people as possible. Is that the smart thing to do? So let's say, argument's sake, there's 1 million people. Is it worth giving them all 1 dose, or is it worth giving 500,000 people both doses and then they're done?
I
I
think both doses.
I think it's pretty balanced in just the regards of the reason you're having the second dose is because the first dose makes you immune to the effects. If you catch it, you're fine. But if you catch it on the first dose, you can still pass it to your grandparents. So I think vaccinating 500,000 people twice and getting them out of the way with is just as beneficial as just getting 1 million people vaccinated. Because you have to think about it. If you vaccinate 500,000 people twice and they're done, that's fine. The only way you would have efficiency by vaccinating 1 million people is if you made sure that those 1 million people didn't mix with another 1 million people, because they would put those other 1 million at risk. If they were mixing together, fine, because they all had the first dose, so they, even if they contract it, they won't feel it. So I guess it's like,
I mean, there have been recent studies on not all of the vaccines, specifically the most recent one that's been approved, the third of the 3, that the longer you wait, the less effective the antibodies become between doses. So the first dose will give you 60% effectiveness, but after a month, that will be 55, and then after 2 months, it'll be 45, and after 3 months, it'll only be 30. So it has a really poor half-life for the antibodies. So getting the second dose reinforces that, and the antibodies work faster, so your immunity builds up, and then you are 90% effective, and your body just adapts.
So why was it? I've not really researched any of the vaccines. So why was it 3 weeks so specifically, and now they've just gone? We're hoping to get it in 3 months now.
So originally, all 3 vaccines, they don't take effect for 1 week. So you get it, and then for a whole week, you are still at 0% effectiveness from the vaccine. There is no antibodies circulating your system that will actually work. Then the second week, you'll have roughly half the effectiveness of the dose, and 3 weeks, you'll have the full effectiveness, which means when you get the second dose, because it's a stronger, more concentrated dose, it boosts it to full effectiveness instantly.
Yeah.
But you have to wait the 3 weeks, or else you'll end up with like 70%, and then it's just pointless. And the 3 months for the first 2 vaccines, the half-life isn't too bad. So you're still getting the same effect. It just takes a bit longer. But the third one I don't think it was the right move at all, because the half-life is just so bad on the chemicals. So
this is the thing. We've gone from having none and everyone going, we're going to do tests and stuff, to then I think the Pfizer one was announced. And everyone's like, whoa, how can they make this so quick? We still can't find cures for this or for that.
Yeah.
And the next thing there's 3 different vaccines. And I think there's another one in there coming or something. I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a 4th one in testing, and I think there's a 5th one in the US being tested.
It's crazy.
It's just surprising how fast science can work in certain circumstances.
It just needs getting sorted.
Yeah, it does.
It's mostly the industry. Like, I was reading a post about one of the guys who owns one of the gay bars in Manchester has had to turn the club into a takeaway for food to stay afloat.
Really?
like just so that they can keep the place open when this all does blow away. He's had to start hiring chefs to make food and to serve food as a takeaway, and it's not. It will never do that again when COVID goes away. But in order to make the revenue to pay the staff and obviously what they need to keep afloat is what they've got to do. But people were saying like, do you think that it's going to cripple the industry? And people were like, well, in a way, sure, but also absolutely not, because you think of all the investors that are sat there now with their money thinking, right, okay, well, we're just not going to do anything with it. And sure, some of your favorite bars and pubs and clubs might shut down, but there's going to be people there like, right, as soon as COVID's over, here's the money, let's rebrand it, reopen it, and Bob's your uncle. Like,
oh yeah,
we
I
won't be
think it's
affected.
taking a hit, but it's going to skyrocket as soon as it's all done.
Yeah,
it's like if you drive past McDonald's, look at how many cars are parked outside McDonald's when that reopens. It's like round the block all day.
I do think that the lockdowns are going to have a really bad effect on the economy in the short term. But I think after a little while, it's going to start booming again. And I think the lockdowns are giving people a good chance to, like, imagine investing in a gym now. All gyms are shut. Gyms are making no money. Shares are going to be rock bottom cheap. The second lockdown stops and gyms reopen, everyone's renewing their membership. Everyone who didn't have a membership is going to think, I've gained a lot of weight over lockdown, because that's just how lockdowns work. You stress eat and you comfort eat and stuff. So they're going to get gym memberships.
All right, I feel personally attacked there.
I do it too, mate. I do it too. You don't get this size for nothing.
I'll move this Lindor chocolate out the way then.
But as soon as lockdown ends, gym share prices are going to go so far up because of how many people are renewing memberships and that. So invest in gyms right now. Go get an app and invest in gyms. You'll make a lot of money. Same with pubs.
See, I agree with that, but there's another side of me that disagrees, because I think now, especially, we've done nothing for so long that we've become a very lazy country again. Yeah. And I think it's going to be so hard.
I agree.
I was speaking the other day to someone about what my life was like before this. And I used to have work. I was rushing. I was eating out nearly every day. I was going to work. I was then rushing home, getting changed, going to basketball. I was playing basketball every night. So my days was literally full from like 10, 11 a.m. all the way up until like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Just go, go, go. And I couldn't keep that up now. Like I'd have to work into that. So I think for a while, people would be like, oh, I can't be bothered. Like, as soon as you stop doing something, you get out of the habit and you find it difficult to get back into it.
Yeah. It's like when you've broken a bone and you've had a cast for like 6 months, say on your wrist. If it's your right hand and you're right-handed, you haven't been writing for 6 months. As soon as that cast comes off, you're not going to be able to write first day. Like it's going to be, you're going to have to work up the strength in your wrist and everything. And I think that applies to your drive as well. And your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your like internal encouragement, passion. That's it. Yeah. You don't have like a want to get up and do things because you haven't done it for so long.
Yeah.
That it takes a bit of mental exercising.
I've been practicing for when lockdown's open, just getting ready. Just practice. Ooh. Pass it over. Can I carry two?
If they decide to announce that,
just shouting.
If they decide to announce that pubs and clubs and stuff can open on a Wednesday, and I'm not in work until like the Friday, you absolutely best believe I will be getting fucked up on that day one.
I can do a IRL stream.
Oh, that'd be good.
We'll Periscope it. Night out with the boys.
Do you know what I've never experienced? Manchester nightlife.
Manchester's sick. It's one of the best countries.
It's more sick because we know the places to go. Like we know the secret bars and we know the bartender only pubs and stuff that are open.
Yeah, but Manchester as a city, it's been voted like the best like numerous times.
You've got to give a shout out though, because Whitefield in itself, when lockdown stops, will have another 3 bars open.
Yeah.
And there's already bars open at the minute. I feel like got a bit of a shout for a night out in Whitefield, because obviously the new bar's opening, the used to be the White Room.
Yeah.
There's another bar opening literally on the same side as Parada, is it? What's it called?
Is Whitefield a bit like Wetherspoons?
Whitefield's where we live.
Whitefield's a place.
Oh, right.
It's like
okay.
it's just outside Manchester.
The way you were describing it, it sounded like you were talking about like a bar chain.
Spoons.
Yeah.
What's the one that used to be the bank? The one that's a pizza place, the big pizza place.
Prada.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
Prada on
bar.
the corner.
The Craft House have just bought a place that's going to be a bar as well to rival the one that's going to be the White Room. So that's
Interesting.
another
Well,
one.
there's been a few that have opened in Prestwich currently.
Well, yeah, I was just about to
That
say
new
yeah,
one.
You know, a tram journey away.
What we could do is right, and the sort of in my head is what I've got planned for when everything reopens is we do a bar crawl on a Wednesday. We start in like where the craft house
Obviously,
is
it's Wednesdays. Why is it on a Wednesday?
because one of the places we're going is only open on a Wednesday. So bear with me. There's a plan. We go
Jordan's planned out a route.
from the craft house up through to Prestwich, and the last stop on the bus is a place called Church Institute, which has live karaoke, and it's a pub with really rough, like just rough people. You can sing karaoke until 2 a.m, and then we dip into town and we go somewhere for 2.
I'll be honest, you've not
we
sold it to
seven
me. You've not
Yeah,
sold.
that is the
Probably
worst description of a bar I've
people.
ever heard.
It's
Nope.
so rough. Can't go.
No
so
thanks.
rough.
I'm going to make sure that I'm busy on
Right.
Wednesdays.
I'll sell it to you. It's only £1 for Strongbow Dark Fruits.
No, it's done.
Alright.
To be fair though, I don't think you make it into town because it one lap of Prestwich. If you have one drink in each bar, there's a
Yeah,
fucking
well,
lot
no,
of bars
you
in
would.
Prestwich.
There's a lot.
Okay.
There's like five, 6 bars in Whitefield now, though.
I know.
So it's like
But
Well, just do it in a basis where you will all pick one bar that you absolutely have to go into. So, say if there's 4 of us going on the crawl, we would hit 4 bars and get a drink each on the way into town.
fair enough. There is a lot of places in Prestwich though. There's a place. Oh, what's it called? There's a place where me, you, and Ben went in Prestwich.
to a
It's
few
pretty-
places.
Yeah,
The old,
it's quite a small place.
what
It's
was
quite nice.
Salita? Went there. And
Yeah,
then
that's
went
all
to,
right.
Went
It's
to
all right. It's
Crooked
expensive.
Man.
It's not
Yeah,
that
they're all-
expensive.
they're at town prices now, aren't they?
Cane and Grain on the corner is really good.
Grape and Grain.
Is it Grape and Grain?
Yeah.
It was Cane and Grain. I'm thinking.
And you got
the other one.
Cuckoo,
Cuckoo.
All the Shapes.
All the Shapes is good. It's
I
just
like All the Shapes.
niche. I feel like
Yeah.
if you're not like a hippie and you go in All the Shapes, you get looked at.
I go in tracksuits all
I was
the
going to
time.
say Joe goes in pretty much most of the time.
Yeah.
There's
Pre-lockdown,
like
I
a
was
tiki
anyway every
bar
day.
as well. There's like a
Tiki bar.
Hawaiian bar. What's it
Well,
called?
that was
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Caribbean. We went into An Antonio Grill as well because they've got like a nice bar upstairs.
Capes of Cuba
Yeah,
wanted to hire
true.
me, but they were only
So
doing
many
part-time.
places.
Yeah. There is a lot of places.
However, I don't know if you know, but I can reveal where the orange tree was.
I'm
has been
pregnant.
bought out by-
Sorry.
the orange tree has been bought out by a company that is planning on turning it into a pub/nightclub venue.
Was it? Was it Whiskey Jar bought it?
The liquor store.
No. The liquor store. That was it.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah. It's going to
That'll
be
be good.
interesting.
That'll
That.
be good.
It's a big building, that as well.
Mm.
What,
Yeah,
the
it's
orange
huge.
tree.
Yeah,
Mm.
So that's going to be rebranded now then.
yeah. The liquor store have bought it. I don't know if they're going to turn it into like a spoonsy type off-brand kind of stuff, or if it's going to be an actual venue. But
I think it'd be a cool place, to be honest.
we don't have
I don't
anything.
think so.
We don't have anything up here, up this neck of the woods. Like Bury's got a couple, Manchester's got a load. Prestwich in
Yeah, I think a
between,
little
it's just-
club or something would be nice, you know.
Well,
A lot of bars.
I think Whitefield and Prestwich are on the come up for bars and clubs. Because realistically, I mean, I only speak for myself here. I don't know about you guys, but the age that as the older I get, the more I'm attracted to going into a bar rather than a nightclub.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spending my nights in a
Yeah,
bar.
so do you remember the last night out we had, where we went to?
yes, definitely
yes,
do. Yeah,
we went to
Roxy.
Roxy. Roxy's all right. I could go to Roxy.
I love Roxy. Best place ever.
Black Dog. Did we go in the secret bar or was it full? It was full, right?
No, it's full, yeah.
So the secret bar in Black Dog, because that's really intimate and quaint. And
well,
then from
the actual Black Dog itself was all right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very spacious Black Dog.
and then from
It's good as
there to
well.
like Seven
Sorry.
Oaks. No, it's
Yeah.
just I like Seven Oaks. It's a pub with just people
Yeah, it's
that
cool.
you can chat to.
But what's good now, obviously, with all this is table service. I think Nat has just made the bar scene's so much better. You're not fighting to get to the bar. You just go on your phone and boom, want this drink.
I would
comes.
like them to keep table service in, but part of the reason why I like going out and the reason anybody in a relationship likes going out is just to socialize. Like, if you're not out on the pull, what are you out for? Like, you want to make friends, you want to chat to people, you want to have a drink, you want to make some nice friends that you can take with you outside of the club, like just in general life. Like, if you're not going out to pull, it's boring unless you're socializing. So I hope.
I do think that table service has helped in relationships, though. The idea of, you know, if you are in a relationship, most of the time when you're going into a club, you do want like a table to chill, a little bar. You want a little table, sit down and talk. So I do think it's helped people who are in relationships. So I'm certainly looking forward to when it opens up.
I'm looking forward to when everything starts to open back up and everything is getting gradually back to normal a bit.
Definitely.
I want normal life back.
So, comments on episode 2.
Yes.
There is none.
Hey.
But it's because we only mentioned the comments on episode 3, to be fair, because we recorded one in advance. Well, 2 in advance. So from episode 3, there should be comments. So just make sure you keep putting them down below and we'll get on.
Get a cheeky shout out.
Cheeky shout out. While we're here with the shout outs, cop your merch.
Hey.
I've got the t-shirt on.
gamersapparel.co.uk/store/steal.
Hey.
I get that link right? I think I got it right.
You did.
It'll be down below.
Yeah, it will.
I
It'll be
bought
down
a
below.
hoodie and a t-shirt the other day because the hoodie's obviously got a smaller logo this time round.
Yeah.
And the t-shirt will have as well in comparison to yours.
Yeah, it will.
While we're doing
$7.99 as well, so
bargain.
While we're doing little advertisements, Joe/Jamie, do you want to talk about what will be the top link in the description, the Steel Esports waiting room?
Yes, so we have
2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Why were you doing that? That was the other week, that. My guy, blurry again.
Who, me?
I was just doing
it, mate. When he was saying it's like, Jamie Joe,
just doing it.
top link.
That's just what I was just moving, mate.
I was moving.
So we have a Steel Esports waiting room. Woo! It's our plan is to. I think we mentioned this on. Did we mention this on the last podcast briefly?
Yeah, we mentioned this on episode 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we mentioned it. We want to build the biggest networking community. We're doing the hard work and doing the one-on-one interactions to bring people in. All you have to do is join it. We'll integrate you into our main server, and then you just start networking and talking. We're bringing everyone together. All you have to do is talk. We're doing the hard work. You get the viewers. You do the easy work. We want to help everyone out. So yeah, make sure you join it. Throat started going on. Make sure you join it.
There's also a little video there from Joe. So if you want to find out what the video is, go in.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You get 25 people into the Discord, we'll give you 25 in your local currency. Bing, bang, boom. Get in there. It's free money, mate. What are you doing? Free money. You saying you ain't got 25 mates? Bullshit.
Oh my God.
Everyone knows 25 online strangers.
Give me your
Got
best.
one of them. Oh, yeah.
Not this time, boys.
Oh, he teased us. He teased us.
Hello. Maybe next time. I have a great topic which kind of ties into what I was saying a little bit earlier about investing in gyms. Reddit versus Wall Street. It's everyone's opinions.
It's great. I love it.
I am loving it. It's brilliant.
So happy.
Joe?
Did you see the one Blockbuster? The one Blockbuster store left just posted saying Reddit, do your thing. And it's starting to go up.
Oh, I really hope Reddit can bring Blockbuster back. I love that the what?
Yeah, how's it going?
The last Blockbuster is run by a woman.
You two know what's going on? Do you two know what it is?
What are you up to, mate? You good? I can't. I've got nowhere to go. It's a small room. I'd have to.
Honestly, so what I explain? I mean, it's good that we don't know because there is going to be people that don't know as well. So
yeah,
explain.
Okay. So Reddit. So GameStop, basically, I can only.
Oh, I've seen this on Twitter. I've seen this on Twitter. The GameStop.
GameStop stocks skyrocketed because Reddit started investing in it just to. A lot of people bought stocks in GameStop, assuming they could sell them for profit. And Reddit users found out and decided to skyrocket the GameStop shares so that Wall Street would lose money. So essentially, they've Robin Hooded the whole of the United States stock market.
Wait,
They've
so the
taken
people were
money.
buying shares in order to flip it and make money.
Mm,
So Reddit bought more shares to increase the value of the share.
yeah.
But then surely everyone wins because everyone who invested makes more money.
No, because Wall Street borrowed the shares. They didn't buy the shares. So they took
Oh,
the
okay,
shares
okay.
in to keep them for other people to then sell them back at a profit, but they don't make any money off the shares. They're just share holders. Like
Got
they
you.
just hold them. And then
There's-
Reddit decided to skyrocket the shares so that when Wall Street gave them back, they would have to pay the owners of the shares the difference. So if they took a £1 share, they would have to give back the £1 share and pay another pound on top. So they would lose a pound on every share. But obviously, that's a much bigger scale for what
Yeah.
the shares are actually worth. And Wall Street are losing a lot of money and trying to sue the Reddit users and stop them being able to invest and negate the shares. So they're flipping the market and telling poor people that, look, stock trading is just for rich people. Y'all can't earn any money off this. Give it back. It's
Wow.
a bit
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Has any of you guys got an Alexa in range that can be heard by your microphone?
Not
Yeah.
by my microphone. I have one that can be heard by my voice.
Just ask it how much it's gone up since the start of the year.
What, GameStop?
No, the price of a Bitcoin.
Oh.
Alexa, can you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cancel. Start again.
Just say, Alexa, how much has the price of a Bitcoin rose this year?
Alexa, how much has the price of Bitcoin rose this year?
This might answer your question. One Bitcoin is worth $34,190 up less than 1% over the last 24 hours.
Right. And just because she didn't give you the right answer, it's gone up 1,000% since the start of the year.
You're talking
So-
since January?
So that brings on the topic that you mentioned a couple of days ago. The guy lost his hard drive.
Wait,
However,
what?
Bitcoin last night was also worth $36,000, so it's gone down $2,000 overnight.
But in a percentage term, it's nothing really.
Oh, didn't you buy one?
So I bought Bitcoin a bit ago when it was going up when it hit 40k, and it's now on 34k.
Mm.
So I'm down obviously, but I put, how much did I put in? I got 100. No, that's the value of it. How much did I
I've
put in?
bought Bitcoin before. Not for the price
$200.
of,
I put $200 in on Bitcoin,
Mhm.
and I'm down $33. So although Bitcoin's gone down like 6k,
Yeah.
I'm only down $33. Like it's nothing major. It's down 17% from when I bought it.
Mm.
Think about the people who years ago bought one whole Bitcoin.
Yeah.
How much that's probably worth now.
Well,
in
I mined it
2021.
years
Was
ago.
it 2 years ago or something? One Bitcoin was only like 150 quid, and now it's 35k.
So
That
when it
could
first
be
came
wrong,
around,
but
I actually had my AMD machine.
yeah.
Like 2012, 2013. I had this friend who was like proper tech savvy,
Mhm.
like next level. He went to Cambridge doing like computer science or some madness. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he told me I should start mining Bitcoin, and I was just like,
Mm.
"Fuck this shit." So I thought, all right, whatever. And it was so complicated. I didn't understand it. I had like 6 different programs that needed to be running at once, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. So I did it for a bit, like
Mhm.
a couple of weeks, and I just didn't know what it was. And I
Yeah.
didn't know what it meant. It wasn't worth anything either, really, then. So
Mm.
just kind of deleted everything. So I don't know what I had. I didn't
And
get
just
it. so I
deleted his
I
Bitcoin.
deleted it.
Do you think you can mine Bitcoin still now?
Yeah, you can.
Do you think it's worth normal
think it's worth it.
Bitcoin?
I don't think it's worth it because of how popular it's become. When it was really
Mm.
niche, I think it was fine, but because it's
Mhm.
blown up into this massive thing, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you
There's
can't make a
millions
profit
of
from it.
people. Because all it is like math equations, and it's like
Yeah.
one answer, like Bitcoin or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and there's millions, probably around 1 billion people, to be fair, all searching for this one answer. I know it is. What it takes is one system to get it right, and then they've got it. No one else can get that one. So then you got to go into like something else. So it's just
is
it's
there a
oversaturated.
finite number of Bitcoin circling around the system, or is it an infinite, procedurally increasing number of Bitcoin?
I think the main problem you've got is there will be well over 1 million, 10 million, maybe even 50 million of tech savvy people all around the world that will have systems set up 24/7 just to try and mine it. There is no point in the world of you setting it up. You will not get it. I can guarantee for a fact you will never mine Bitcoin
full like
now.
factories, like hundreds of systems running.
You know that Razer Synapse mines Bitcoin?
Does it?
It's it has a built-in Bitcoin miner on the program, and instead of giving you like Bitcoin, it gives you Razer points to buy like stuff in Razer.
That's quite cool.
So they take my Bitcoin.
Pretty much, they take your Bitcoin
and swap it for a voucher.
They give you Razer currency, which you can use to buy like.
You mine 1 Bitcoin that's worth 35k, and they'll give you like £30 off a keyboard.
They'll give you like a shout out on Twitter or something.
Do you know what I was driven into investing in very recently? And by very recently, I mean literally 3 days ago. I was talking to my friend, and he recently invested in this company. I'll give away what it is in a second, but he was talking about how they've recently done something very terrible, which has driven their stocks, quite far down, and they're pretty cheap at the moment. And he believes that it might go back up. They're currently losing me 12% of what I put in, and it is the soon-to-be late, very not great CD Projekt Red.
Ooh.
Cyberpunk crashed their stocks, and it is still decreasing as we speak because of the backlash of Cyberpunk. No, the hype is gone.
That's why you do not invest in pipe dreams. If it sounds too good to be true, it's because it fucking is.
Nah, but you think they're gonna redeem themselves. So I'm hoping in the next few months, Cyberpunk will, rebrand and re-release as an actual decent game, and hopefully not be an absolute train smash like it was on release day, and bring the stocks back up.
I still don't think people would trust it.
What, the game?
I still don't think people would trust it though. The game, I think they've lost at least 10% of the fan base.
10?
Yeah, they've lost a good chunk of the fan base.
Elon Musk had something good to say about it though. He tweeted about it, didn't he?
Cyberpunk.
What was he saying? Did put it in a group chat, mate.
Yeah, that's where I read it from.
Tell you what, I'll get him up now.
Was that when he said game stonks?
Speaking of which, Elon Musk, his Twitter bio is just literally #Bitcoin. That's it. So that's going to go fucking skyrocket, keep rocketing again soon.
Yep.
He said, someone mentioned about games to him. He's been tweeting like mad.
It's because the new update for the Teslas allow you to play games.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's really cool.
Someone was asking him about what games can be played, and I think I imagine Cyberpunk was mentioned, and then he tweeted about it.
Yeah, he wrote, with Cyberpunk, even the hot fixes literally have hot fixes. But, ... great game.
Fair.
And then someone said, despite being Team PC, have you ever played any console games? If so, which was your favorite? And he put, only Halo.
Huh.
He's a normal guy.
Loves it.
Yeah.
I love Elon Musk. Man's moving mad.
I've just seen one of his tweets from a couple of days ago saying it can play Cyberpunk. The aesthetics of Cyberpunk are incredible, by the way. The interior design is, and then one of these emojis. So Elon Musk really seems to like this game.
What was that, Jamie?
So that's an okay emoji if anyone wants to know.
Yeah.
Have you seen how he basically shit on the...
What?
Bob?
Excuse me?
What were you mumbling?
Who?
You?
I didn't mumble. I said it very clearly into my microphone.
What did you say? Sound like you're talking to someone else, I'll be honest.
I said you can't be doing that on 21st century internet anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Why?
Can't look at him, mate.
Fucking secret meanings in that. Secret societies hidden within emojis. You not seen any of
Illuminati
this?
confirmed, mate.
All the Karens are going crazy over that emoji.
Oh, listen,
Means
leave
something
my mum out of it.
That's what I was gonna say then.
Karen, Jamie Brooks is Karen, the only Karen that isn't a Karen.
You don't need to fucking drop me full name like that. Oh,
Right, so
Full name, first name.
So sue me for doxing.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Did you see Elon Musk did an interview a while ago about the Hyperloop? Have you heard of the Hyperloop? That like train that's going to go like mad fast across the desert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he basically turned around and went, "I don't know why they're struggling. It is actually really simple." And he literally just explained it. He went,
Yeah.
"Don't know why they struggle. Obviously, it's a feat of engineering, but he said they're really struggling to do it. He said it's really simple, and he literally just said how to do it on an interview."
I mean, let's be honest. Elon Musk is a bit like the real life Tony Stark. He's a bit smarter than the average genius.
Oh, he's mad Donny.
But he's like he's casual smart.
Yeah.
Like he's not shout in your face smart. He's just like
he's not arrogant about
I thought you would have known that. I'll just tell
Yeah.
you what it is, rather than what you don't know that.
Yeah. I
Like
love
the
Elon
people
Musk.
on
He's
Joe's
such a cool
Twitter
guy.
or Facebook even.
Have you seen? He started up his own little school for his kids and other
Really?
kids. Yeah. So he said,
Why?
I can't remember when the interview came out, but it was 16 kids basically, and he's going to be 20 in September. He said. So I don't know
Umbrella
if it came out
Academy
last year or
confirmed.
whatever. Well, the thing is, he said there's not going to be any like exams and there's no grades. It's literally whatever you have a passion for, we'll teach you. Every kid, like everyone, has like their own unique. Some people like music, some people like maths, science, and they'll focus to that kid what they need.
I think that's a really good way to go about education. Not every kid is going to learn by sitting in a classroom, listening to a teacher, and then taking an exam.
Oh,
I disagree.
to me.
I disagree if you go in with the concept of let me know what you want to learn and then we'll go with that. I feel like you need to spread
there'll be a broad like everything.
Yeah, because
I do think
no
need
kid
to learn
is definite of what you want to do.
No.
Or be an astronaut.
Kids need to
I don't think it's like that. It's more if you've got a natural talent for something.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying, but it depends what age they are, doesn't it? Like what age are we talking here? Are we talking like below 5?
See, I think kids definitely need to learn the broad spectrum of everything that schools teach. I just don't think the way schools go about teaching is correct. Every kid is going to be different in how they learn. What they learn should definitely be pre-decided because you need a basic knowledge of everything.
It's teaching something to the masses. It's having one idea and it's just a business. It filters down.
Yeah.
And the one thing gets passed to millions and millions of people every day. And it's like not everyone can relate to that one thing.
Yeah. Because I've always found that for me, I learn better by doing. So if I was in like a science class and we were taught an experiment, everything would go straight over my head until I did the experiment and I'd be like, that's how that works. Like getting the beakers and the kinetic learning. I'm a kinetic learner, so I would have to in music it was really good because I could play the instrument, feel how it felt, learn it by playing it. But then when it came to the theory of like sitting in front of a board, learning about the history of music, everything went straight over my head. Didn't understand a single thing. And maths, I would have to write out the sums and that. It was
I was a fucking what's the word? Couldn't be asked learner. School.
Kinesthetic.
I think I did maths, English, expressive arts, IT. Smash them. I remember my German exam. I spoke to my mum and dad before it, like the day before, and said, "Look, I'm not going to pass this. You don't mind if I fail it, do you? Because I don't need German in my life." Said if I want to learn it, I'll learn it when I get out. But the teacher was dog shit. So they went, yeah, fine. They knew I wasn't going to do it. So there was reluctancy, but my mum wasn't really that bothered. Walked in on the exam. We were supposed to do this little speech, like something that we practiced.
Speaking test.
And I just went and went, not learn anything. And I don't care what I get. And then I walked out. Would not give a shit. She had a moan. She called my parents, and my parents just went, "He's not good at German." And now you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with teaching a language. I personally think it should be French and Spanish, not French and German. I feel like if you go to the majority of Germany, and a lot of them can speak English, a lot of people. I've got family that live in Germany, and all of them can speak English.
Depends what school you go. Quite a lot do Spanish. We should have done.
Well, here's the thing. Me and Molly went to Lake Garda in Italy. We stayed in Limone, and every cunt there was German. We went to the top of one of the mountains, and obviously I carried on my German learning after school, so I can speak German enough to get me by. And I was having full-blown conversations. I was having full-blown conversations with Germans on top of the mountains, asking me to take pictures of them. Because I didn't expect there to be so many German people in Italy.
Go on then. It was a little bit. It was a couple of words.
What do you want me like?
Just to let me know.
I think we should have been taught it
where you're from. What your name is, what you do, and where you're from.
Jordan.
Jordan from Manchester, bartender. There you go.
Mein Name ist Jordan. Ich bin older man. Ich bin 25 Jahre alt. I don't know the word for bartender, so I can't tell you what I do as a job.
I need directions to the pub.
No, you don't.
You can let that, mate. Fuck off. No, I do think we need to be taught it earlier.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
I was just going to say, ich kann nicht du Deutsch fallen gelassen hast, which means I can't believe you dropped German. Referring to you dropping German in school.
Yeah.
Because kids' brains
we pretty much sat next to each other in German.
Did we?
We did. We sat next to each other in the back left of the classroom because I used to bring my iPod in and run my
the classic. The classic.
Yes, I do recall this. Yeah, well, it was shit. Not the iPad, but the iPod, but it was just the class. Like the fucking woman. She was an old woman, blonde, fucking dickhead.
What do you mean? You don't mean Miss? Do you?
I can't remember. She was just an old woman.
Jordan's doxing everyone tonight.
Just see me, mate. She was shite.
There was the old lady with like the grey hair, the like fluffy grey hair, who was just an absolute witch. And then there was Mr. What's his face? The dude who I had it for the rest of the year with, well, until year 11. So I picked German over French because French can suck my arse.
I chose French. I enjoyed it more, but I thought they were both shit in school. The teachers pass the exam, not how to speak the language. It's annoying. It annoyed me. Don't need to know what's in my pencil case.
Yeah. But I do think languages should be more streamlined to how you will use them in real life. And I think there should be a wider array of choice. So, like Jordan once wanted to do German. I would have wanted to do French. Jamie would have wanted to do Spanish.
I would have preferred Spanish.
Yeah. So, like, schools offering 2 languages or 3 languages is just not enough. They should have, like, a minimum of 5, maybe up to 7.
What would the other languages be then? That
I would say French, German, Spanish, Portuguese, and an Eastern language. So one of the Asian choices. So Mandarin, Japanese, Korean, one of those 3.
I think Mandarin probably would have been a really good language to learn from early on. And I think I would have been very interested in that. The problem with Mandarin is it's fucking very difficult.
Yeah.
One of the worst languages to try and learn.
Yeah.
Ever. Because
I do think it's slightly easier than Japanese. No, I'm just compared to Japanese, I think it would be a bit easier. Because obviously Japanese has 3 alphabets.
It's still difficult.
Oh yeah, no.
It's not like
100%.
You can. I don't know how long it would take to even learn like Jordan said, like I could just about, have a conversation with Germans, maybe not full blown, but that could probably take less than 6 months to do.
Yeah.
My dad's been learning Spanish so that he can speak to people in Spain when they go over there. And, he's been, I can't remember what it's called, Duolingo or something like that.
Yeah. Duolingo is what I used to carry on my German learning. Duolingo's really good.
Yeah, so he's been doing that. He does like lessons literally every day. It comes up on his phone, little tasks to do, little things. And he can speak, he can hold a conversation. And he's been doing that since When did we get back off the holiday?
Was it June, July?
So a couple of months. He started a few months before that, so maybe just under a year.
Mm.
But just
90%
from
of
free.
90% of Duolingo teaching you German in like the first couple of months is just it saying "Kann ich haben Brot und Wasser," which is just you asking for bread and water. I mean, which is great because that's all I need to survive is bread and water. But like when you have to say it 300 times a day, it's just like,
Yeah.
what if I don't want bread and water? What if I do just want to
If
die?
I want something else.
What if I want to die?
Because I mean, I've been to Paris as well, and I can get by in France with what very little French I actually paid attention to
Yeah.
in school. But I prefer German. I think German's easy. I feel like German's easy to learn. It's when you start understanding it, it's like it's dead easy to piece together.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because
learn that?
My uncle used to be in the army, and he was stationed in Paderborn in Germany, and he had a Moroccan girlfriend, and we used to go over there and stay with them. And I got lost in their version of Tesco, and I knew enough German to say to the woman, "Can you like help me find my mum on the tannoy?" And she did. And I just thought, you know what? If this is going to be a lifelong thing, I might as well just carry on learning German. Because
fair.
And then my uncle left the army and ditched his girlfriend, and now I'm stuck with it.
Have you never thought about maybe learning a bit more? Because there's a lot of value to having a job.
I keep wanting to apply to be a translator, because I know someone who is a German translator, someone who Molly's brother Sam knows. She translates German and she likes it a lot. And, she makes enough to get by, but it fascinates me. I do want to really learn another language.
It's not even that. There's a lot of like customer service jobs, like live chat jobs. Like Jake from our school, he does. He's a French translator for Misguided.
Yeah,
he's on the live chat online, with the French that he knows, and he gets paid. As far as I'm aware, I know those types of jobs get paid quite a bit. But like, especially in this day and age, now you could be on a work. I know obviously you're on furlough at the minute, but you could be on a work from home job, earning a very, very nice wage from being on live chat doing German, knowing it for an English company. So there are a lot of benefits from knowing another language.
Yeah.
One of my friends. Not really, sort of similar. He teaches English in China.
All right.
He knows absolutely nothing of their language, but you don't need it. You don't need any. You don't need any qualifications other than your main dog ones, a couple of maybe English ones, but you don't need any big ones. Just go over there and teach them English, and then you'll learn. There's teachers over there that can speak both. And you'll learn a couple of things here and there.
Yeah. I mean, if you're teaching English to kids that have already started learning it and are like maybe a year deep in it, of the 3 mandatory years, then why would you need like Chinese or Mandarin?
Well, that's why a lot of them can speak very good English because they're learning from English teachers.
Yeah.
People who are born, bred England, can speak full English, don't speak any of their language, so all they're hearing is English. So they have to learn it to understand in the class.
And I mean, obviously there's Hong Kong as well, which used to be British and was mainly an English-speaking territory. And I imagine people from there would have spread out into mainland China and sort of brought the English language with them. So a lot of people in mainland China would be bilingual.
Joking.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. I think that's it for episode 4.
So long.
You're loving these jazz hands, and I am you.
That's 3 different topics right there.
That is 3 different topics.
Investments, lockdowns, and languages.
Yeah.
Quite interesting, to be fair. Also, I just want to say, didn't really know that about you, Jordan. So that's.
Yeah, I didn't know you.
Yeah.
You've never brought that out. I would have expected to. The amount of nights out I've been on, I would have expected to. Like the story from last episode. I thought like maybe you would have woke up in the wheelchair and just started spouting German at the guy, but
no.
Das ist gut, ja.
When I went out,
that is so good.
My night out before I went out with you and Joe. I went out with Molly's brother Sam and his friend Peter and his now ex-girlfriend Becky. And Becky, obviously the German translator. We were just chatting in German because we could. It's great when you know a language that people don't. Because you say whatever you want.
I've been wanting to learn.
Jordan, you say
other
whatever the
languages.
fuck you want anyway,
That's true.
regardless of what language it is.
Like Rock. Du bist ein Pimmelkopf.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you wee
Yes.
prick. Like, fuck off.
Gee, all right, I could have been paying him a compliment, but you never know.
Definitely wasn't.
You just said you got an M.2 drive in German.
Just said, finally got M.2 drive.
Right, thanks all for watching episode 4. Hit the like rating. Everyone get your hands up.
We all
Way the boys.
Don't shoot.
Hold on. Wait.
No, please.
What?
What are you doing? We're all
You
ball.
doing?
All hands.
Ah, there you go.
Alright, that's weird. Anyway,
Right.
thanks for watching episode 4. Leave a like rating,
Thank
subscribe,
you,
turn the
thank
notification
you.
bell on, join the Discord,
all
buy some
out.
merch, do this, do
Yeah.
that.
You can follow all of us on all of our socials. Pop-ups will be on the screen and links will be down in the description below.
And
First link
remember-
in the description will be the waiting room. Get your merch, join the Discord, all that.
Don't
Hit
touch
the pop-up.
kids.